I hope you're well. So today I thought we'd have a bit of chat about picking your planner for the next year, and I want to just talk to you about how I'm feeling in relation to the planners I'm using this year versus what I would like for next year versus what's on the market. And I figured we could just help each other out a bit, because this little sticker here just really shows exactly what I'm feeling in relation to picking my 2023 planner. Yeah. My problem this year is I know exactly what I want from my planner. I had it in my head, and then Erin Condren released their softbound planners and So I'll start by talking about the planners I'm using this year and what I like about them and what I am thinking my needs are for next year. And then I'm going to sit and have a look at what's out there and just talk about my general thoughts. It is just a bit of a chit chat video, and hopefully I can help you if you're having a dilemma, or you can help me because I really haven't a clue. And there's video chapters listed if you want to skip about. So let's start with what planners I'm using. Okay, right, so let's go through them. This here is an Erin Condren 8x10 memory planner. Or no, it's not. It's an Erin Condren 8x10 focused planner that I use as a memory planner. And I set myself the challenge at the start of the year to journal every day. And it's not journaling in the sense of these are my deep and darkest thoughts. It's journaling like, you know, we had a very relaxed New Year's Eve. I watched some YouTube and pottered about, and Stephen continued to binge Game of Thrones. I feel relaxed and hopeful for the new year, you know, small stuff. But I've really been enjoying it. However, I've been enjoying it knowing that it's a challenge for the year. It wasn't something I wanted to continue with. I want to just do something different for the year after. And I'll get to that in a minute because I need to show you all my planners before I can talk about what I actually want to do for next year. So yeah, that's what I use it for. So what I do is during the week, I have this softbound planner, and it's the exact same planner, only it's the A5 version. As you can see, this is the layout. So let me get to the blank ones, sorry. Right, yes, so this is what it looks like in this planner. This is 8x10, and this is what it looks like in the slate blue A5, so exact same. And what I do is during the week I will write what I did. Usually whenever I'm doing my planning in the morning, I write it in here, what I'm doing, and then at the end of the day I journal. So I am able to do it in the moment, there and then, and it's honestly, it's just, as you can see, a scribbly mess, you know, and then I'll probably just recycle this at the end of the year, or maybe I'll keep it as a point of reference from our channel. But anyway, that's besides the point. It has came in really handy to have that draft so that I'm not sitting down at the end of the week with this blank intimidating page thinking, right, how was I feeling on Monday, looking at my actual planner and writing down what I did. All I do is look at this. It sits beside me on a little stand here, like so, and I then go nuts with all the decoration and fun. And then in the monthlies of this planner, at the end of the month, I also take a note. You know, I knew that I wanted to do the theme of autumn, and I don't do everything. What I want to put up here, what I want to put down here, a note here, what films I watched and what date, etc. And then when it comes to the end of the month, I do a September memory plan with me. This page is for my videos that I posted for that month, and I do the little thumbnails. And this, I do what am I doing, what am I thinking, what am I watching, Instagram, what I posted this month, and a title page. And like I said, there's been nothing wrong with it. It's been lots of fun, but I've done it for the year, and I know that if I continue to do that same thing next year, I would get bored of it. I want something different. So yeah, that's my system for memory planning, these two planners together. Then I have this year a home projects planner, which I started later in the year, and all it is a focused notebook. So this is the layout of each page, and it's the same the whole way through it. And if you've been following me, you know the year before I was doing a home projects in a monthly here. because it was all about vision boarding and what I want to do in each of the rooms, etc., which was really beneficial at the time, but then my needs changed and this is all about the to-do. So I reference that other planner when I go to do the to-do. So this, like for example, was the layout of the ground floor, the first floor. This is what I want to do for my garden. I bought these little gonks. I thought they were called gnomes, they're actually called gonks. My sister, who is a font of knowledge about things that, I don't know where she gets all her information, but she always seems to know these things, says they're called gonks. Anyway, yeah, so this is really helpful and it's not dated and I will continue to use this for the rest of my house. So that's home projects. Then I have my main functional planning system. So I have this, which is a 7x9 Erin Condren. So at the start of the week with this one, I sit down and I do actually decorate it. This is new to me and I was doing this for a very specific reason, because normally my functional plans look a bit like that. So I did use highlighters just to jazz it up a bit and stuff, but it really just was a checklist of what I'm doing each day. And I have that in this next book, but I've added this in, and the reason is I wanted to try it out, like I said. But at the start of the week, I will pick my theme and I'll sit down and I'll put down the full layout, the way this half of the week, so ignore that, this half of the week looks. I just put in my YouTube videos, I don't plan ahead for Sunday, I put in Tesco deliveries, I put in what bins it is, this part at the side, blah blah blah. And then when it comes to the morning of, like I did this morning, I sit and I write it all out, what I'm actually going to do in my meetings and etc. So this is my event side of my functional planning, and then alongside work, as well as having meetings in there, I have this petite planner system. Honestly, I'm just using this till it runs out and then I'll probably just switch to a notebook, but these are all petite planner notebooks. So whether that's lined or like this one's a dot grid, but I find they haven't really been releasing these. Like I love the colour of the covers of these, but their range has been very specific in the sense that they'll have a budget planner or they'll have a wellness planner or they'll have whatever. They haven't really been releasing dot grids in these anymore. So yeah, when they run out, I will probably just use some normal soft bound notebooks from Erin Condren. And this is what I use the most for work. Whenever I'm sitting on a call and I make a bunch of scribbly notes and then I type them up or I do the actions that I need to do, this is what I use. And honestly, the hours that I'm in during the day for what meetings I'm in and work are on an Outlook calendar. So I don't really need this. I just don't like leaving it blank because it is a big chunk of the day within this planner. So yeah, that is the event part that I fill out throughout the week. And then this, I don't decorate for the week in advance. As you can see, this is completely blank. I just simply, that morning, write my checklist of things to do. So sort of like I used to do my soft bound, but I would have wrote my whole checklist at the start of the week. I will sit down tomorrow morning. So like for example, I have washing there. I would write washing and then I would decide what else I want to do for the day. If there's something I need to film, I actually have some leftover ingredients tomorrow and I've decided to make a red velvet cake, blah, blah, blah. That all goes in there. And this keeps me organized. This is my functional plans. And that is every planner, which sounds like a lot. So really this is my functional planners that go side by side, plus some notes for work. This is my home projects that comes out once in a while, to be honest, because the progress of my home projects is really slow. And I'll not go into that now and rant, but sure, that's life. Money doesn't go on trees. And then I have my memory planning system. So then that leads me to my thought process of my needs for next year and what I decided I wanted in a planner. So, I need a sip of coffee because I'm talking too much. Anyhow, right. So I already know that next year I don't want to have as many planners. I know, shock horror. And you're probably thinking, yeah, right, Ruth, you're going to buy several. But hear me out. My life has got very busy. And planning is my hobby, yes, but I'm not going to drop it, obviously. It's my hobby and I absolutely am addicted to planning. But not just that, it keeps me sane, it keeps me motivated, functional. But yes, life is busy, and the fact I want to still have a memory planner that I can go nuts with stickers and use all my fancy stuff and have the hobby side of it, but still have the function and not duplicate. So that is why I actually bought, instead of just buying the compact vertical for the second half of 2022, and I could have, or just continuing on with my softbound for 2022, I decided to add this because I wanted to try it out. And ages ago in my memory planner, I had a functional planner that was my softbound A5, and then this planner as a memory planner, and I would do the same thing throughout the week, but it was from a memory planner perspective. So sometimes I did it daily, sometimes I would maybe sit down on a Wednesday and use my functional softbound planner and put in everything, because I wasn't journaling this year, this is 2021, and then I would maybe like continue doing a day at a time or whatever. So instead of sitting at the end of the day essentially and doing this part, I would go straight to filling this part in and fill it throughout the week. But it was still a memory planner, and it was still a duplication of having a functional planner as well. So I decided, oh gosh, I'm getting surrounded in planners here. I decided that I would try this. One, I wanted to try the hourly layout, and two, I wanted to try putting down like a decorative layout at the start of the week and then filling it out as the week went on. But I tried to look at it like, what would this be like if this was my memory planner, you know, and I could look back and see what I did for the day and what would it feel like. And honestly, it's really fantastic. I really enjoy it. And because I have decided that I'm not keeping up the journaling next year, this is all I would have in my memory planner anyway. So I thought, sorted, I know exactly what I want to get, because I have soft bounds. And honestly, I don't take my planner out of the house now. So I figured I would just have a notebook for work and not bother putting in all my work stuff, and just keep it as a notebook and Microsoft. And then my actual one and only planner, apart from this, by the way, this is going nowhere. Like I said, I just use it once in a while. It's staying, and I'll just continue to use it until my house is done up. But this, I just wanted to have all my little 8x10 planners lined up that represent each year. So I thought, perfect. What I'm doing then is I'm going to get a harmony neutral planner in the softbound in an hourly. Fantastic. I'll sit down at the start of the week, and this is what my plan with me will be like when I'm filming. I'll sit down at the start of the week, the way I do with this one, and fill in all the decorations and what I want my theme to be for the week. And then during the week, I can just put the stickers in, exactly what I'm doing with this planner, but in a softbound, and being my only planner. I wouldn't then, you know, be writing it in here and then converting it into a spread in my softbound. I would just be doing it straight into my 8x10 hourly harmony neutral planner, and that would be my planner. Hope that makes sense. So I would basically have a harmony neutral, let's pretend this is a harmony neutral 8x10 softbound. This as my home projects planner, and that's it. And maybe if I felt like I was lacking the tick list option and didn't want to scribble it everywhere in work, I figured maybe because of this new compact vertical range, I could get I still have 6 months left in this, so I could continue to use this, or I could get like the softbound version of the compact vertical, and it would maybe be my work planner as well as a notebook or something. But really my main planning system in life would just be this. I wouldn't take it out of the house necessarily, but I would take it from desk to desk. I just, you know, My functional planning has always been sticker and a pen, but I thought, you know, I don't want, it was a balance for me. You know, I still want to plan functionally and get things organised. So that's where the notebook and scribbles come in. But I don't want to give up my decorative planning. I absolutely love looking back through all those planners and seeing all the memories. And I think this year is my favourite of all that I've done. And I love seeing how my planning style has progressed over the years, etc. Then Erin Condren released their softbound planners for the year, and they decided that their neutral planner lovers don't really matter. They released In Bloom, which has that horrible browny red flower. They released colour blends, and then they released an entirely new theme, Eda V, which is another colourful, which is very close to what colour blends looked like. And their main theme for the year, which is harmony, they didn't release at all in softbounds. So I sent a message saying, you know, are you going to release something for your neutral lovers? Is there no softbound? And the answer was that there's focused planners, basically. And it's like, and they said, but they would put this information forward. And I said, yes, please, because just because someone is a neutral, likes neutral colours, doesn't mean that they necessarily, you know, want the focused layout. I want an Arlie. You know, if they had decided that Erin Condren is all bright and colourful and lovely, but our neutral lovers can go to focused, then why don't they release the Arlie, the daily, the vertical, the horizontal in the proper, like, Erin Condren styles? Why do we have to, year in, year out, if we want neutral colours, use this layout? And ever since then, I have been in a complete dilemma. And I am a sort of person that's like, you know, I'm not the queen of the world, and I'm not saying that they can't release colourful planners. 100%, and I know people that are addicted to Erin Condren for their colourful planners, and in particular people that love colourful planners love the Eda V. That's not my issue. My issue is, what about your people that like neutral colours? Do we not matter? You know, like, why really? Like, Harmony Neutral was lovely. Can you picture this cover as a softbound cover? It would have been really lovely. And I'm just so annoyed. Oh dear. By the way, I should say, and I probably should have said at the start of this video, if you're someone that's maybe not part of the planner community and you're watching this thinking, Ruth, there's bigger problems in the world, I'm aware. You know, I'm not saying that there's no bigger issues in my own life. I'm just talking about this here on my planner channel with my fellow planner community who get it. And at the end of the day, planning is my passion. I have a planner channel, and, you know, there's no harm in being passionate about something that you love, and I love planning. Anyhow, yes. So I'll let you know the different options that I have to choose from. I'm going to go over to the computer here and we'll have a look at it together, and what I've been thinking and how each one of those would meet my need. And you can let me know what you think if you were me, and what I should do, because I really don't know. Anyway, let's go. Right. So, the first option is the play it safe option, really, and that is the Erin Condren focused, and just to stick with the same layout. And I could maybe try it in the sense that I don't journal for softbound planners. Yeah, I could just do it and use it as a planner instead of using an hourly layout. I could, the way I actually used to use a horizontal when I very first started planning, I could use my stickers and write what I'm doing and maybe have one side as a checklist and play about with it basically, and use the focused in a different way. So as you can see here is what I was talking about with the Erin Condren softbounds. In Bloom, colour blends, Eda V. Absolutely no neutral option. There's all the options, even pink. I hate pink. Oh dear. But these are the focused. Now, I love the colour purple, but I'm scared that that might be a bit reddy purple. However, I could pick an 8x10 here and one of these colours. that's my first option, to either pick an 8x10 aubergine, an 8x10 sand, or an 8x10 quartz grid, which I can't tell if it's pink or if it's tan. And if it is pink, it's not like blush pink, and I think I actually might quite like this. I would never buy like a red planner, but I think that this might be okay by me. I don't know. And I just see that kind of looks tan to me, but I don't think I would pick that just in case it is like really, really pink when it comes. So it would be between aubergine and half moon. And you know, I would basically just be doing the same thing, but not journaling, and do what I said I was going to do and use this as my actual planner, which I've never done. I've only ever used these 8x10s as memory planner, whether I'm filling it out as the week goes in or filling it all out at the end of the week. It's always been after the week happened or after the day happened. So yeah, that's option one. Option two is to, and I really love the colour of this, downsize. Just for fun, and I've sort of pictured it in my head, like maybe putting tabs at the side and going all out sticker wise in an A5, like the way I would have used, like, you know, the way I'm going to now use what I use as a memory planner functionally. I could use the size of planner that I normally use functionally and keep the memories. Does that make sense? You know, that's like, this would be easier if I ever did want to take it out of the house, for example. And because which I probably won't, but if I did, I could. But I would be taking it desk to desk, and even just the matter of desk space, when it's sitting on my work desk and I'm looking at my plans, personal plans for the day, this size might work really well. But what's putting me off doing this is, and I know this sounds really obsessive, but I do like the idea of having 8x10s all in a row, and I've started with 8x10s. But then I'm like, Ruth, you really are being obsessive, and does it really matter if you then switch to an A5? And I could just, you know, they release different colours every year in the Focus Softbound. They don't release different layouts. So I would just basically, can you see like how confused I am right now? There's the option of doing this for 1 year and then switching back next year to an 8x10 if they released a neutral version of the hourly and getting to do what I want. But then I would have 3 years of 8x10, 1 year of an A5, and back to 8x10. So I sort of feel like if I switch, I would want to switch to A5 and stay there. I don't know. Oh dear. Well, that's my Erin Condren options. I'm either going to go for this one probably because I'm too scared of that being really reddy purple. So it'll probably be this one or this one. The other option is to just abandon Erin Condren altogether because it's becoming more and more not my aesthetic, if you know what I mean. And I think I was having a conversation with one of my subscribers a while ago about the Scribbles That Matter dot grid. Oops, so let me look it up. No, it's not dot grid, it's dot cross. I used a Scribble That Matter B5 dot grid notebook when I sort of tried my hand at bullet journaling. Now, bullet journaling wasn't really for me, but the actual quality of the book and the size of the book was, I really loved it. So let's take a look. Yeah, so this is the dot cross planner. Oh, they're actually on sale. So I could get my planner for like £14. How much was that Erin Condren one? And I mean, I could wait until the sales for Black Friday and I have a 20% off voucher. But I'm just curious. Yeah, $38 they are. No, yeah, 38 for the 8x10 and 32 for the A5. What's that in sterling? What is $32 in sterling?
$32 is about £28.64.
£28.64. Yeah, so anyway, this is the dot grid, right? So, or the dot cross rather. And what let me get down past. So these are all the colour options, which is actually another point before we look at it, of something that puts me off a little. If I was to use this planner, I would only use it for 1 year, because I like to change up my planner every year, at least on the outside. Whereas the way they design these planners, like, why do they put yellow with purple? Like, they put really clashing colours together, pink and blue, pink and green, purple, yellow, blah, 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 every one of them. So I would essentially have to just buy this exact planner every year because it's grey with grey, which I know sounds really silly, but at the end of the day, that's A5. You can get B5. It's important to me, and I like, you know, if I didn't care about the aesthetic of the planner, I could just walk into any cheap shop that sells notebooks or planners for that matter and buy one. The way I used to do whenever I was a teenager, and I would go into Eason's, it's not open anymore, but I would have went into Eason's and just bought a plain back book with really terrible paper and planned in it. But you know what happened? I used it for a couple of weeks and then got bored. So for me, I want to stick to it. I want to be consistent. I want to keep it for life because it's going to be my memory planner. So I have to like it. It has to be something that I really enjoy using. Anyway, my option to use this would be to use it for 1 year, use this one, and then hopefully next year they release a neutral hourly. And it wouldn't be as much of a jump because this is a B5 and the size of it doesn't say, but it's closer to what the actual 8x10 is, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let me show you what the inside looks like and the reason why it's really calling my name as well. So you get your year, and you know the way I would do the year at a glance spreads where I have all like the birthdays underneath, or you could do it for like spring cleaning checklists I've done in the past. Or you could do like, you could cover this with the way I have the Coffee Monsters Co calendars, and you could do like a thought of the month, anything. And the reason that I'm saying that you can do so much is it's totally blank. So you get your calendar, and then you get, it's like dot grid underneath. I don't know if you can tell. So you can do whatever you want. You get 2-page blank spreads times 4. You get a month welcome spread, but look at the month welcome spread. That just looks blank to me. Why is that a month welcome spread as opposed to, we'll look at a couple of other pictures. But anyway, that is your month. Isn't that amazing? So you get all the quality of the 120 GSM pages. You get the B5 size. Sorry, I got a phone call there and I have no idea what I was talking about before I went on the call. Probably a good thing. But yeah, this monthly calendar spread is fantastic for people who you don't want to have to sit and draw out all the squares, but you don't want to have to sit and cover like bits of pattern that clash maybe with what you want to decorate it as. And you don't want to have to, you know, you could choose to have a Monday start, for example. You can put down your days wherever you want to. You can put in whatever holidays that apply to you that you want, because there's not anything set. You know, it's just fantastic how it's blank but drawn for you, so there's no work in creating a layout, which put me off the bullet journaling. And it's the same thing with this. This is your weekly layout. So you have your 4 boxes here, 4 boxes here. You could choose to have this one as a this week or this one as a this week. You could, you know, print out a square pattern and cover one in and just not use the box at all. You have this empty section up here to put your own days, a dot grid section down here and down here for whatever you want, and there is no pattern to cover, there is no nothing, it's just blank. And then you get, you can't see that with my, and then this here, you get 88 blank pages at the end. So if you didn't want to have a separate planner for home projects, You could do all that at the back in those blank pages. You could do budgeting spreads at the back. You could do whatever you wanted. The possibilities are endless. If I'm using this as my all-round everything goes in it planner, I could do a separate spread for like my socials memories. Although I'm considering, that's the thing, I say I want to do it all in one. I'm considering having a socials memory planner, because I love looking back and at what videos I posted when, how many subscribers I had, etc. And I do think I might keep that separate, but anyway, that's another dilemma. So yeah, I just think that is a fantastic possibility for me, just to try for the year, in the hope that the year after they would have a decent softbound option. So that's option number 3. Then there is the option of the Hobonichi cousin, because I love the idea. That's it on Etsy. Where can I get it? It's kind of the same thing. It's not that they have a clashing band, is it? It's that this is the only option, yellow, and you would be having the same colour year in, year out. I could maybe live with that and like put a backing on this, but what really puts me off the cousin is this, all the pops of red. I would be constantly covering them, which again, I suppose you could get around, but what you can't get around, as the third reason, is the paper. I just don't think I could cope with paper that if I use my gel pens, it's going to smudge every time you don't wait for it to dry and you rub your hand over it, which would probably be me every time I use the thing. And it doesn't seem to be my thing. And I know it's made specifically for fountain pens. And I sort of feel like one day I'd like to own a fountain pen, but I don't now. And I just feel like all the pops of red and the paper would just be too much of a compromise for me. It wouldn't be my thing. I do love the idea, however, of there being a daily spread at the back and then a weekly spread in one planner and the monthly spread. And the girl, Helen, if you know me and my channel, I'm addicted to her shop. She makes this really look amazing, but I just know I would buy it and instantly regret it, so I don't think that's an option. And there's lots of other planners out there. There's just so many. I've been trying to watch planner reviews on YouTube. But to be honest, all the ones I have watched has been a it's not for me option, and doesn't beat the quality of their Condren paper, and has more issues than simply I don't want to have to use the focus layout again, if that makes sense. Let's have a nosy around while we're here. So this is a company called, don't actually know how you pronounce this, Papier. Let's have a look at their planners. Oh, it's diaries. Right, 2023. Oh, there. These look like they're hardback. None of the covers are really jumping out at me. I'm awful fussy, aren't I? I can't be the only one. You guys are planner people, you understand. Look at that, it's navy. Daily planner. Green with the purple writing. My schedule. From sitting here talking to you, I feel like it's narrowed my brain a little more, because the other day I went down a rabbit hole of watching YouTube videos, like I said, about different planners. Well, the other alternative is just to keep using the planner I have and see what they release in June, because I have 6 months left in the hourly planner and I have 6 months left in the what do you call it? Compact vertical. But no, I don't want to do that. I really was just, I'm not a coiled person. And I miss the soft bounds. I really do. Anyhow, let's go back over here. I took my cardigan off there because I'm like Goldilocks at the minute. I can't decide. I'm either too warm or I'm too cold. Anyway, so yes, welcome to my dilemma. I just don't know what to do. I feel like having this chat has narrowed it down for me, in the sense that I do think I know what my decisions, which planners I'm deciding between, as opposed to having this endless array of choices. But that doesn't make it any easier to pick between those planners. I do really feel like I might be tempted just to buy the dot grid planner and use it as a review on my channel and be the guinea pig for you guys if you have wanted to actually see what it actually looks like, you know, someone holding it and flipping through it and giving it a go. And then if I don't end up using it, I could gift it. Tempting, because you never really know until you get these things in your hands, do you? Anyhow, hopefully this was a little bit helpful to you and it was a bit of a different video today. Hopefully my thought process has maybe made something click in you and you've thought, that would work for me. Or maybe you're in the same boat as me. Let me know if there's two planners or one or two that you're trying to decide between, and maybe we can all help each other out. Or maybe I've just confused you all thoroughly and made it worse. Hopefully not. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.